Most men have no idea how to compliment a woman in a way that actually triggers deep attraction. They either play it too safe, sticking with the usual, "you're beautiful," or they try too hard, exaggerating their praise in a way that sounds desperate or rehearsed. But here's the problem. Generic compliments don't make a woman feel special. If she's attractive, she's heard it all before, 100 times, maybe even 1,000. Telling a woman she has pretty eyes or a nice smile won't make you stand out. It won't make her remember you. It won't make her think about you when you're not around. And if your words don't leave a lasting impression, they're as good as forgotten. But what if I told you that the right kind of compliment, the kind that sparks an emotional reaction, could make a woman obsess over you? What if you could say something that bypasses her logical mind and goes straight into her subconscious, something that lingers long after the conversation ends? That's where forbidden compliments come in. These are not the typical compliments. They are not the kind of praise that feeds her ego in the way every other guy does. No, these are the words that hit differently, the ones that make her see you as a man who understands her on a deeper level. These compliments are carefully crafted to tap into her emotions, making her feel something unexpected, something raw, something real. Most compliments focus on surface-level admiration, her beauty, her style, her laugh. But the most powerful compliments aren't just about her. They reflect something about you as well. A man who knows how to compliment correctly doesn't just make a woman feel good. He makes her crave his presence because she needs to know what he sees in her. And in this guide, I'm breaking down 3 forbidden compliments. Ones that, when used correctly, will make any woman feel an intense rush of emotions she can't ignore. These aren't the usual praises. These are compliments that will shift the dynamic of attraction and make her chase you instead. Let's begin. There's something about you, but I can't quite figure it out. Those words, spoken in the right moment, hold power most men will never understand. Most guys give women compliments that are too easy to process. Things like, "You're so gorgeous," "I love your smile," "You're really fun to be around." These statements are nice, sure, but they're also predictable, and predictability kills attraction. When a woman hears a compliment like that, she knows exactly how to respond. She's trained for it. She'll smile, say thank you, and move on, just like she's done 1,000 times before. But when you say, "There's something about you, but I can't quite figure it out," something happens. You've just placed mystery at the center of the conversation. And mystery is one of the most powerful forces in attraction. This compliment flips a switch in her brain. She won't just accept the praise and move on. No, now she's thinking. She's questioning. What does he see in me? What does he mean by that? What is it that makes me different? And here's the real genius. You don't tell her the answer. By leaving it open-ended, you create a vacuum in her mind. And human psychology tells us that when we don't have closure, we obsess over it. This compliment is so powerful because it makes her feel unique. Women don't want to be another pretty face. They want to feel like there's something about them that no one else can quite grasp. It creates tension. You're showing interest, but in a way that keeps her guessing. It engages her emotions. She now has to prove to herself what makes her special in your eyes. Now here's the key. You have to say this naturally. If you just throw it out there like a cheap pickup line, it won't work. But if you time it just right, it will hit her on a deeper level. For example, she makes an interesting observation. You pause, look at her and say, "You know, there's something about you I can't quite figure out." You're out together, and she does something unexpected. Instead of reacting right away, you lean in slightly and say, "You're not like most people I meet, but I can't figure out why." The moment you say this, watch what happens. She'll lean in. Her expression will shift. She'll want to know what you mean, and the more you hold back, the more she'll chase. Most compliments close the conversation. This one opens a loop in her mind. It makes her think about you even when you're not there. And the moment a woman starts thinking about you when you're not around, that's when attraction turns into obsession. Now, let's go even deeper. I feel like there's a side of you that most people never get to see. Most men try to impress a woman with shallow compliments. You're so funny. You have a great vibe. You're really cool. But what they don't do is make her feel understood. Women spend their whole lives being judged by what's on the surface, their looks, their attitude, their social energy. But deep down, every woman craves something more, to be seen beyond the image she presents to the world. This compliment is powerful because it suggests that you see something in her that no one else does. It shifts the dynamic. Now she's curious about what you're picking up on. It makes her want to prove you right. The key is to time it perfectly. Say it when she opens up about something personal or when she lets her guard down. For example, she shares something about her past, something vulnerable. You pause, then say, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see." She laughs in a way that feels unfiltered, different from her usual polished persona. You smirk and say, "I don't think most people get to see this version of you." She does something completely unexpected. You look at her, tilt your head and say, "This is interesting. I bet people don't realize this about you." Why does this work? Because instead of telling her something she already knows, you're making her question what you see in her. And once she starts thinking about how she affects you, she's already emotionally invested. There's a moment every woman experiences but rarely speaks about. It happens when she meets someone who sees her, not just for what's on the surface, not just for what she presents to the world, but for something deeper. Most men never trigger this moment because they approach attraction the wrong way. They think winning a woman over is about telling her how beautiful she is. They believe attraction is about convincing her to like them. But real attraction, the kind that lingers, the kind that makes a woman think about you long after you've left the room, doesn't happen when you tell her how amazing she is. It happens when she feels something unexpected, when she starts to wonder why you see something in her that no one else does. When she realizes that with you, she's showing parts of herself that she doesn't show to anyone else. That's when attraction transforms into obsession. That's the power of forbidden compliments. They don't just make a woman feel good in the moment. They redefine the way she sees herself in your presence. And this next one, it will make her feel something she can't ignore. I can't decide if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need. This is not just a compliment. This is a trap. A psychological trap that pulls a woman into a game she doesn't even realize she's playing. Most men structure compliments in a way that puts a woman in control. "You're so amazing. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever met. I just love everything about you." These kinds of statements feel good in the moment, but they also put her in the driver's seat. They confirm her power over you. She gets to decide if she wants you or not. But this compliment, this flips the script entirely. Now, she's uncertain. Now, she is the one who has to figure out where she stands with you. The second you tell a woman, "I can't decide if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need," you create instant tension. Because now she has two thoughts competing in her mind. On one hand, she wants to be the one you need. She wants to be the one who brings value to your life. On the other, you've just implied that she might be trouble, that she might be the type of woman who shakes things up, who makes things unpredictable, who adds a little chaos into the mix. And here's the thing, women love feeling like they have that effect on a man, because excitement is addictive, and a woman who feels like she is both dangerous and necessary to you at the same time, that's a woman who will chase you to prove which one she really is. Now, let's break this down. This compliment works for 3 reasons. 1, it makes her feel powerful. Most men tell a woman she's cute, sweet, charming. But what they don't do is make her feel dangerous. And let me tell you, there's something intoxicating about making a woman feel like she has the ability to shake up your world. If she feels like she's a force you can't quite handle, she will want to prove just how much of an effect she has on you. And that's how you make her obsessed. 2, it creates a push-pull dynamic. When most men show interest, they do it in a way that's too obvious. They lean in too fast. They shower her with compliments. They let her know in no uncertain terms that they want her. And in doing so, they eliminate any challenge from the interaction. But attraction doesn't come from certainty. It comes from tension, from mystery, from a dynamic where she wants you, but she doesn't quite have you yet. By telling her you can't decide if she's trouble or exactly what you need, you're putting her in a space where she has to prove something to you. She now has a mission: to resolve the tension you've just created. And the only way to do that is to get closer to you, to try and win your full approval. That's when she starts chasing you. 3, it sparks curiosity. There's one thing about human psychology that never changes. The moment we don't have a clear answer, our brains obsess over finding one, and this compliment is designed to create that effect. The second you say, "I can't decide if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need," she has to figure it out. She has to know what you mean. She has to prove herself to you in some way. And once she starts thinking about you like that, once she starts wondering about what's going on in your mind, that's when she's already hooked. That's when you become the one she can't stop thinking about. Now, let's talk delivery. This line only works when it's said with the right tone. You have to make it sound like it's something you genuinely can't figure out. Like she's just done something unexpected that caught you off guard. If you say it too quickly, it'll sound like a rehearsed line. But if you say it slowly with a slight smirk, like you're actually considering the idea, it'll land in a way she won't be able to ignore. Let's break it down with examples. She says something playful, teasing you in a way that catches you off guard. You smirk, lean in slightly, and say, "I can't tell if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need." She does something bold. Maybe she challenges you. Maybe she makes a sarcastic remark that takes you by surprise. You give her a slow look, pause for a second, and say, "I feel like you're going to be dangerous for me." She surprises you with an insight you didn't expect. Instead of just nodding, you tilt your head slightly, studying her, and say, "I don't know whether to run from you or spend more time figuring you out." The key is the pause, the slight moment of hesitation before you say it. That moment makes her feel like you're actually thinking about it. And that feeling, that's what makes this compliment so powerful. Most men compliment a woman in a way that makes her feel good, but nothing more. But the right compliment, the one that makes her curious about you, that's the one that sticks in her mind. That's the one she replays long after you've left. That's the one that makes her want you. There's a reason why certain people stay in our minds long after they're gone. It's not just about what they said, it's about how they made us feel. Think back to the last time someone said something that stuck with you, something that lingered in your mind for days, weeks, maybe even months. It wasn't just a compliment, it was a shift in how you saw yourself. That's what forbidden compliments do to a woman. They don't just make her feel good in the moment, they rewire the way she thinks about herself in relation to you. They create a new reality, one where she starts craving the way you see her. And this next forbidden compliment, this is the one that will make her remember you forever. I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see. At first glance, it seems simple, but psychologically, this is one of the most potent compliments you can ever give a woman, because it taps into something deeply personal, something every woman craves but rarely receives: to be understood beyond what she shows the world. Most people live their lives on the surface. They show the world one version of themselves, the polished, the poised, the carefully curated image they want others to see. But every woman, no matter how confident, how strong, how independent, has a side of her that she keeps hidden. Maybe it's the side that loves poetry but never talks about it. Maybe it's the side that feels deeply but hides it behind sarcasm. Maybe it's the side that fears but never lets anyone see. The second you tell a woman, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see," you unlock something in her mind, because now she starts to question. What do you see in her that no one else does? What is it about her that makes you notice something deeper? Why do you understand her in a way others don't? And the moment a woman starts wondering those things, she needs to find the answers. She wants to show you more. She wants to open up, because now you're not just another man. You're the man who sees her. In this compliment works because it does three things at once. One, it makes her feel truly seen. Most men compliment what's obvious: her beauty, her charm, her smile. But this tells her that you see something beyond what the rest of the world sees. And that is rare. Two, it makes her feel mysterious. And here's the thing about mystery: people want to solve it. When you tell a woman that you sense there's a hidden side to her, you make her intriguing, even to herself. She starts thinking about what you might see in her. She starts wondering what it is that you've picked up on, and in doing so, she starts revealing more of herself, just to prove you right. Three, it creates an instant emotional bond. Why? Because people are drawn to those who make them feel understood. When you tell a woman, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see," you're not just saying words. You're making a statement about who you are, that you pay attention, that you see people deeply, that you're not like the rest. And that makes you unforgettable. Now, let's talk about timing, because like all powerful compliments, when you say it is just as important as how you say it. You don't just walk up to a woman and drop this line randomly. It has to feel natural. It has to come at a moment when it means something. Here's how to use it. She shares something personal. Maybe she tells you a story about her past, something that shaped who she is. Instead of just saying, "Wow, that's interesting," you pause and say, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see." She laughs in a way that feels unguarded. Maybe she lets go for a moment, laughs in a way that's different from her usual self. You smirk and say, "I don't think most people get to see this version of you." She surprises you. Maybe she does something unexpected, something outside of the box. You tilt your head slightly, study her for a second and say, "This is interesting. I bet people don't realize this about you." The key, the pause. That small moment of hesitation before you say it. That moment that makes her feel like you're really noticing something about her. That moment that makes her realize you see something in her that no one else does. And here's where it gets even deeper. Once you say this, she will start proving you right. She will start revealing more of herself to you. Not because you asked her to, but because she wants to. Because now you've planted the seed. Now she wants to let you in. She wants to show you the side of herself that most people never get to see. And that is how you make a woman feel something far more powerful than attraction. That is how you make her feel connected to you. And once a woman feels that kind of connection, she will chase it. She will chase you. Most men try to impress a woman by talking about themselves, but the ones who truly stand out, they're the ones who make her feel something about herself that she never has before. A woman can find a man attractive, she can find him charming, but the moment a man makes her feel deeply understood, that's when she needs him in her life. That's when she wants him more than anyone else. That's when she starts thinking about him even when he's not around. That's the power of this compliment, and if you use it at the right moment, you will never be forgotten. There's one compliment that stands above the rest. It's the kind of compliment that doesn't just make a woman feel good. It makes her feel connected to you on a level she can't explain. This is the compliment that lingers in her mind, that plays on repeat in the quiet moments when she's alone, that makes her wonder why she suddenly can't stop thinking about you. This is the final forbidden compliment, and once you understand how to use it, you will never be just another man in her life. You will be the man she remembers forever. You make me want to be better. At first it sounds simple, but psychologically, this is one of the most powerful things you can ever say to a woman. Why? Because it does something that no other compliment does. It doesn't just make her feel special, it makes her feel important. It makes her feel valuable. It makes her feel like she is impacting your life in a way that no one else has. And that is where attraction turns into attachment. Women don't just want to be desired. They don't just want to be wanted. They want to feel like they inspire something in a man, like their presence in his life makes a difference, like they matter in a way that goes beyond looks, charm, or temporary attraction. And when you tell a woman, "You make me want to be better," you are telling her exactly that. Here's why this compliment is so powerful. 1, it makes her feel uniquely impactful. Most men compliment a woman on what she is. They tell her she's beautiful. They tell her she's funny. They tell her she's interesting. But this compliment, this tells her that she is changing you, that just by being around her, she is bringing out something better in you, and that makes her feel invaluable. 2, it creates an emotional connection that most men never reach. Attraction is easy. Emotional attachment? That's rare. This compliment taps into something much deeper than desire. It makes her feel emotionally significant in your life. And that feeling? That is far more addictive than any surface-level attraction. 3, it flips the script. Most compliments are about you trying to win her over, but this one makes her start thinking about you, because now she's wondering, how does she inspire you? What is it about her that's making you grow? Why does she affect you in a way no other woman does? And once those thoughts start running through her mind, she's already hooked. How to use it correctly. Like all forbidden compliments, timing is everything. This isn't a compliment you throw out randomly. It has to feel real. It has to feel earned. It has to be said in a way that hits her emotionally. Here's when to say it. She says something that makes you think differently. Maybe she challenges your perspective or gives you insight you hadn't considered. You pause, look at her and say, "I feel like you make me want to see things in a better way." She motivates you without realizing it. Maybe she has a strong work ethic, a sense of discipline, or a mindset that inspires you. You tell her, "You know, being around you makes me want to push myself harder. I respect that." She supports you in a way that feels different. Maybe she encourages you when you're doubting yourself. Maybe she believes in you in a way that others haven't. You let her know, "You make me want to be better, and I mean that." Now, here's what happens after you say this. She will remember it, she will feel it, and she will start to see herself differently in your eyes. Because now, she's not just a woman you're attracted to. She's a woman who has changed you, and that's unforgettable. This is what separates real attraction from just another passing interaction. Most men try to impress women by talking about themselves, but the men who truly stand out, they make a woman feel something about herself that she never has before. That's what these forbidden compliments do. They don't just make her feel beautiful. They don't just make her feel wanted. They make her feel important. They make her feel seen. They make her feel connected to you in a way that she can't ignore. And once a woman feels that kind of connection, she chases it. She craves it. She wants more of it. And most importantly, she wants more of you. So, let's bring it all together. These forbidden compliments work because they are not about shallow praise. They are about perception. They are about understanding psychology. They are about making a woman feel something deeper than attraction. The first forbidden compliment made her feel mysterious. It made her wonder what you saw in her that others didn't. And once she started wondering about that, she was already thinking about you. The second forbidden compliment made her feel truly seen. It made her want to show you more of herself, to let you in, to prove you right. And this final compliment, it makes her emotionally attached to you, because now you're not just a guy she's attracted to. You're a man who inspires something in her, a man who sees her in a way others don't, a man who makes her feel something rare. And that is how you make a woman obsess over you. That is how you make her chase you instead of the other way around. That is how you become the one man she remembers long after everyone else fades away. So, the next time you're with a woman and you want to leave an impact, don't just tell her she's beautiful. Don't just tell her she's special. Make her feel it. Make her question it. Make her obsess over it. And you will never be forgotten. This wraps up our breakdown of the most powerful forbidden compliments. But this is just the beginning. If you want to learn more about the psychology of attraction and how to become a man who naturally draws people in, make sure to like this video, comment below, and subscribe for more insights. Because mastering attraction isn't about tricks. It's about understanding human nature on a deeper level. And once you do, you never have to chase again. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.